I personally don't collect Pokemon cards right now. The good thing about my videos is like it's Pokemon related, but it's not Pokemon only. You don't have to like Pokemon to like the videos.
Welcome to the Trading Cards and Collectibles Podcast on the Radcast Network. From chasing grails to calling bluffs and going inside the hobby. Are you ready to collect? Let's get at it. Here is your host, Ryan Alford.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Trading Cards and Collectibles here on the Radcast Network. We're bringing you all things collecting. I'm always surrounded by some of my favorite collectibles. And, you know, the boys and I are into Pokemon. We've talked about that. And we think we know some things, but here's what I know. We don't know as much as this guy. He is the Beard Dad, Beard Dad Cards. What's up, Phil? How does a beard dad get into Pokemon?
By having kids, by being a dad, right?
And I like what you're doing. You're making it really accessible for kids, accessible for people. I mean, that's definitely what you're known for. And watching your content, you're doing a good job. And I think,
thank you.
You know, it's refreshing seeing guys like you that are, you know, opening things up, sharing knowledge, sharing information, and making it accessible.
Yeah, that was the whole plan. That was the plan from the beginning. Just watching my own kids at shows when I would walk around with them, you know, being told no. Like, no, I'm not taking that card, or, you know, oh, I'll give you 50% because that card's really not that great, and yada yada. It's all the scamming, all the, you know, you learn about it over time, and as much as you try to help others not let that happen, there's no way around it. So I'm trying to find a way to where that doesn't happen to kids anymore, you know?
Yeah. And that's kind of how it felt when I was, I mean, some things changed, but now you've got, having been back into the hobby here a little over a year myself, it's like, yeah, it's almost data overload. There's a lot of information.
Yeah, nowadays it just takes you wanting to know. If you want to know, you'll find out. It's that simple. Nowadays with the internet, there's so many groups, and the Pokemon community itself, the community itself outside of the people that are just in it to make money, they're great. Everybody's willing to help everybody, man. I mean, I've learned it firsthand.
What's in the collection?
There are no Pokemon cards in my collection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have sold away and traded and gotten rid of all my collection to be able to further and further myself, you know, and being able to buy more stuff and, you know, have more inventory to do these shows. So I personally don't collect Pokemon cards right now. What I do collect are custom things. Everybody that comes to my table, they will bring me, they know that Nidoking is my favorite Pokemon, or they'll bring me their favorite Pokemon as a gift and they sign it, and I have a binder full of that stuff, or I have, you know, custom art that people give me, and then Jordans. That's about what I collect. I've tried to collect Pokemon cards for myself, but I look at it and I'm like, man, I know this card's worth, you know, $1,200. I can't just let it sit there. Like, I can go sell it, you know, or I can go trade it, or I can go use it for this or that. So I never keep it, unfortunately. I'm not at that point yet. There might be a day that it comes where I can finally do that, and I will. But right now, I'm thinking about other things and other ways to help people, help my kids, help myself, help our future.
Nah, hey, that's responsible knowledge. That's good knowledge for, you know, any of our younger listeners or watchers, you know, whoever's out there or collecting, you know, that's responsibility. And, you know, you're using your knowledge and what you've built, you know, as a business. I mean, it is a business for you. And
it is now. Yeah, it's become one now.
Separate it, right? It seems like you can separate the two, and it's responsible. I mean, what is the core? I mean, doing live breaks, doing shows. What are the facets of the business?
For me, my main thing is I just travel and do vendor shows where I live stream. And when I live stream during these shows, that brings an audience to be able to watch the interactions, because that's what everybody's favorite thing is watching the interactions. And within those interactions, people can immerse themselves and help from their home. And then they get happy because they made that person happy. And they want to donate some money via YouTube live stream, or they want to send it, you know, through my PayPal or something like that. And then I tell that person, hey, you know, so-and-so just wanted to let you know they love your shirt, and, you know, they want to be able to get you something. Or, you know, a little kid will come up and, you know, they'll want to buy something, and their parents are like, hey, we really can't spend the money for that. Regardless, I'm going to take care of it. But a lot of times they jump ahead and already go ahead and take care of it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so you're using the live feature within, you know, a physical, you know, show that's happening and then leveraging that to sort of these experiences, both online and offline.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hey, it's smart use of technology.
Yeah, I mean, it works great. I mean, it's the best way to be able to give back. I'm not rich. I don't ever plan on being rich. So that's the only way that I can constantly give back to everybody that deserves it.
How do you get your inventory?
Unfortunately for me, a lot of times people can buy, they'll buy large lots from people. Sometimes people will come to my table and bring a bunch of stuff. Hey, you want to buy this? You want to buy this? And unfortunately, it's come to a point where I used to buy it, right? I used to buy 75, 80% of market value. And that 20% is what makes up my margins, right? Sometimes I get lucky and the card jumps and I get more. Sometimes I don't get lucky and the card drops and I lose money. But it's all part of the hobby. I've gotten to a point where I have a line of people waiting to meet, do interactions, say hi, get something signed, stuff like that. So I don't have time to buy these cards at the shows anymore. I can't spend 30 minutes buying out a collection like I used to at the shows. And during the week, I don't have time during the week to go meet people to buy stuff. So right now for me, I don't make any money selling Pokemon cards at all. I don't make any money. I mean, maybe a little bit. I'm not going to say it all. Maybe a little bit, but not that 20% anymore, because now I partner up with a couple shops and I just pay them. They put together, a bunch of cards and I just pay them what the cards are worth, because at the end of the day, I'm just going to sell them for what they're worth. And the content is what makes up the money for me.
Oh, so you're funded through the content channels themselves?
Yeah. YouTube, TikTok, a lot of the shows that people charge for tickets to enter, they pay me for going to their shows. Yeah. That gets them more ticket sales. So in a sense, they pay me, and that's how I make my living.
Yeah. Now that makes sense.
At the time.
You've reached that point where you've built your following up and your persona. And so now you're a paid celebrity in the Pokemon party.
In a sense, people say that. I don't ever agree with them, but in a sense, that's kind of what it is.
And you know what? For someone listening, it's like people go, "Oh, that's the dream, man." I'm collecting, and everybody knows who I am, and I watch it. And maybe it is. I mean, you're blessed to do it, but you've worked.
I'm blessed.
It's there, but how is it?
I mean, like I tell people, it's a blessing and a curse in a sense. I mean, the only curse part is the how tired I am at the end of the shows. It doesn't seem like it, but how much work it is. It's a lot of work to give full attention to the person in front of you. At the same time, be able to give attention to the live stream so that you're not missing anything. And then at the end of the show, to be able to get more inventory, to be able to supply these people with these cards and, this interaction and what they're there for. They're there for an interaction. They're there to meet somebody that they watch online that they have respect for, and I want to give them respect back, and I want to give them exactly what they came for.
It's different when you're truly on.
Right. It's all natural, man. I'm do what I got to do to make sure I see everybody. So it wears you out at the end of the show.
You get recognized just in the general public?
It's not very, very often. It has happened a little bit more lately. The good thing about my videos is it's Pokemon related, but it's not Pokemon only. You don't have to like Pokemon to like the videos.
Very approachable.
But yeah, and I can't go into local card stores, obviously. If I go into one of the card stores, there's going to be people that are like, "Oh my gosh, I know you." I mean, I am at, over 1 million followers throughout the 3 platforms, almost 2 million throughout the 3 platforms. So
if someone's listening, they're wanting to get into Pokemon. You got all the different sets of versions. Maybe start with where and how you guide someone coming into it, fresh or relatively new.
What I tell most people, you want to get back into Pokemon or get into Pokemon, there's millions of ways. Yes, you can just go to your local card shop and buy singles that you like to build a collection. That local card shop will also have sealed product for you to open. You can try your hand at going to retailers and trying to buy, Target, Walmart. Unfortunately, nowadays, it's all set up already by scalpers to where you walk in, it's already gone. From what I know, they're paying the people that work for MJ Holding, and when they drop off these things, they're paying them, "Hey, let me know what time you're dropping it off here," and this and that. And so it's a little harder. But if you're getting in the hobby, your best bet is to go to Facebook, go to your events on Facebook and look for a card event in your area, buy your cards, watch a lot of videos on YouTube and stuff about it so you can learn a little bit about how you find the value of these cards so that you're not overpaying, and kind of just see what you like. Once you get in, you'll figure out what you want within a couple days, honestly.
What about some of the newer sets versus older, that sort of thing?
Okay.
Open or keep sealed? The boys and I, part of our experience is getting out together, opening stuff. And I don't overthink that part. You do it, and that's fine. But then there's always, okay, if you got surplus or you got some extra, it's like, Do you just throw it in the closet? Do you how do you know which one's better? Because again, you pay less per pack for Pokemon versus like other sports types things and all that. And so I'm always like, is the potential of getting one of those chase cards or a hit card greater than saving the unopened?
Pokemon does a pretty good job of making the same product in a sense to where you keep it sealed. They make what's called Pokemon Center stamped product, which are the Elite Trainer boxes. Those are very rare. When you get one, I recommend not opening it. Just leave it to the side. They'll make the same box without that little stamp, and you open those. As far as like, if you get into the hobby and you find some of the older stuff, that older stuff is the stuff that you're not going to want to open up. If you're looking to make money in the future, that older stuff you probably don't want to open up. The newer stuff, what just came out, open the crap out of it because there's going to be more. Right. But then, stuff from 2018 or before, they're not remaking that. So if you don't have a means of getting a bunch of them, get what you can and, save a couple of them and, open the rest.
Yeah. Because like I'll get, like if we get lucky enough to score some retail priced, stuff, whether it's Walmart or Sam's or like some of that stuff, like we've gotten access to like some Prismatic that's way cheaper than what it would ever been. But I'm like, do you throw that sealed in the closet or do you bust that thing open?
I mean, me personally, I'll tell you not to open your Prismatic. That one's one of the hardest ones to get hits from. So
it is hard.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. I've opened like 30 packs of that stuff. And that's not many, but I'm just saying 30 packs is enough to where you should get a few hits, and it's like, I look back and I'm like, I think I got $4 in cards right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is funny because I don't do sealed product. I don't buy it. I don't trade it. I don't collect it. Nothing with sealed product. Only sealed product I ever do is when it's for me to give away throughout the shows. So there was one time where I took a sealed product in from somebody so that because that's all they had to get a card. And I was like, all right, let's open it. And my son opens it and he gets the God pack from Prismatic and gets every single evolution.
Are you?
SIR. It was like a $3,500 pack,
Holy crap.
It's insane.
I always thought those were just made up. Like,
no, I watched it happen in front of me. It's real. It's real.
Yeah, I would love that to happen. I mean, that would be amazing, but they are hard. Yeah, I like the vibrancy of it. It has almost like trying to put my finger on it. Like, I don't know, like Marvel's not the right word, but it's, I don't know, there's a vibrancy to the colors that felt different.
Right.
That's probably the whole part of that selection.
Yeah, they tried something different. I mean, that's what they do.
What's coming out? How on the pulse? Like, I mean, you're selling singles. How on the pulse are you with every release?
Oh, I don't even pay attention to any of it. I don't. I really don't. I mean, I see it, but I don't try to buy anything, or I'm not over here trying to, waiting in line to buy the new set and stuff like that. It's just, if it comes to my table, it comes to my table. If not, whatever. I don't like ripping stuff like that. I'm not big into ripping cards. My kids, they like it, but they're not like, oh, I gotta, they don't have that itch, like some people do. Yeah. So. We're not like dying to go buy packs. So I have that going for me.
I can't do the standing in line thing. Like if I can,
I won't do it either.
Stumble upon it, or like if I know somebody says, "Hey, you go over there," you might land on something, and it's in the plan for the trip. Then fine. Yeah. I'm not getting long, come on.
I'm not sitting in a 1 hour line for a box of cards, which I don't blame people that do, because, if they don't, they're going to have to pay 3 times as much, which sucks. So I don't blame them for doing it. I'm not into it.
I just wonder what the tipping point is with the scalper thing. And I don't look down. I got no problem. Look, if you go wait in line and you want to, and it's, we live in the USA. It's capitalist market,
that's what it is.
I'm not hating on you, but I do wonder when there is this tipping point of how much product they put in. Like, when does that stop, or does it never? I don't, because it hasn't. Has it always been that way?
No, it wasn't like this always. It used to be. I used to go into Target and buy Evolving Skies off the shelf like it was no problem. Nowadays, it's just there's so many people in the hobby, and the hobby is so much money's being made. So the people that they're like, hey, instead of working a 9-to-5 job, I can wake up really early and go stand in this line and buy all this stuff here, there, and there, and then resell it and make more in one day than I made all week, and then I can just not do anything. So that's why we have the scalpers right now.
Where's it all headed, Phil? Like, when you look at your crystal ball, like for you, where do you want to take this thing?
I don't know, man. I'm just going day by day, week by week, scheduling shows and meeting new people and just making it's the same thing over and over for me. I go to the shows, I meet new people, I make the content, we make people happy, and who knows? I mean, Pokemon can die out and people not go to shows anymore and not have shows, but I can still find a way to, if I have an audience in a sense, I can still find a way to live stream sports cards if that needs to be, learn about that and do the same thing. There's sports cards, there's everything, man. There's everything. Niceness isn't just in Pokemon. You can be nice and give back to the community in millions of ways.
Joy and goodwill can be scaled. I really appreciate what you're doing, man.
Thanks, man.
And you're doing good stuff. It's good for the community. It's good for the hobby. Yeah. And I really appreciate you for spending some time with us here on the show.
Dude, absolutely, Ryan. I'm really glad you guys reached out and had me on here. So that was really nice of y'all. Thank you.
Where can everybody keep up with what you're doing, Phil?
Main ones, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Those are my three major ones. I live stream on YouTube every weekend, Saturdays, and sometimes Sundays if the shows are 2 days. Normally 8 a.m., whatever place I am that time. So if I'm in, on the West Coast, or the East Coast, 8 a.m. normally when I start. And goes on till 6, sometimes 7 p.m.
Unbelievable. I don't know how you do that. I mean,
I don't know either, man. I love doing it. That's what it is. It's not a job. I don't sit. I feel like if I sit down, that I have sat down on day 2s because I'm so worn out from standing all day. But I feel like if you're coming to talk to me, I should be respectful enough to stand to talk to you. I shouldn't be sitting down and looking up at you, or maybe if it's a little kid, I'll sit down so I can be more at their level. But I try to stand throughout the entire show. So yeah, it's a lot, but I love doing it. When you're having fun, you can be as tired as you want. You're going to keep going.
100%. Well, we appreciate it. Beard Dad Cards. You can find him at all the locations. Really appreciate you for coming on, Phil. And hey, guys, we appreciate it. Collectibles.show. You'll find the full version of video, audio, links to all the other platforms, and of course, links to Beard Dad Cards. I'm at Ryan Alford on all those social media platforms as well. Had that blue check before you could buy it, baby. We'll see you next time.
Hey, thank you so much, dude. I truly appreciate you. Have a good one.
See ya. Collectibles.show is where you'll find all of the channels and learn more about what we're doing. And ultimately, hey, we want to hear from you. You do case hits at collectibles.show. We want you to send in your favorite pulls of the week. And here's the difference. This isn't about just value. Hey, we want to see some $10,000 hits. Had a couple of those myself a few months back. But it's not just about the value, it's about what you're collecting. What means something to you? Share a story, share a video of you holding up the card that you hit last week that was your favorite player and you nailed it. So case hits at collectibles.show. Send in those videos. I want to know the stories. We're going to bring them to life here on the show. We're going to do a segment each week once we get rolling and get some videos in where we share that on the show with us. We want to feature you on Collectibles Show.
Thanks for tuning in to the show. Don't forget to follow us on your favorite podcast platform, and don't miss the full video version on YouTube. You can find us at www.collectibles.show or follow Ryan on Instagram at Ryan Alford. Now get out there and collect yours.